recordings. Okay. Hi all, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the meeting number 331 of Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Hi, I am Vipul Bachani, the current Sergeant at Arms for Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Currently, we are in that part of the year that we all enjoy. Navratri is there along with cricket mania all around. And I would thank each one of you for coming here to attend the Turning Point Toastmasters meeting. What do we do at Toastmasters? At Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and collaborative learning experience, empowering members to develop communication and leadership skills to become future leaders. For your information, the meeting is being recorded and it may not be possible to pause the meeting in between. Going forward, few ground rules. Don't disturb the flow of the meeting. It may result in the removal without any warning. Please switch off any noise-making devices nearby you. Speak responsibly on topics related to sex, religion, and politics. A humble request to each one of you. Please keep your videos on. I will take a pause and request each one of you to keep your videos on if possible. Audios off and provide applause to the role players. Be the kind of audience you wish to see for yourself. Now, few rules for the role players, especially the TMOD, TTM, and the general evaluator. Ensure smart audio video check before handling to the respective role players. Rename yourself as the role you are playing and your name. And if you belong to some other club, also put the name of the club, as you can see on my screen. Acquaint yourself with the role of a timer. Now, few general requests. As we are in the all have festivity around us. Please be generous and use emoticons as they are totally free on Zoom. Second, refrain to send any chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. Listen to the speaker with focus. Please unmute yourself only when required. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be there for a window of 30 seconds to request everyone to cast their vote. With that, I would like to welcome the PO for today, Anant Katyayni, with a thundering applause.
Thank you so much, Vipul, for beautifully explaining all the rules and guidelines. And it would be respectable to Vipul's efforts if we all follow just that. Let's first of all generously applaud for Vipul, virtually or physically.
A short intro for Anant.
All right.
Anant, a storyteller, a corporate trainer, and an educator by profession. An engineer and a marketeer by degree, currently serving as the backbone of Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Has been acclaimed Distinguished Toastmasters for his services, Distinguished Toastmaster twice for his services with Toastmasters since last 13 years. He's currently mentoring the new members like me on their journey to glory. Thanks, Anant.
Does it look like this guy needs any mentoring? I mean, we are all doing fantastic because of the young crop that we have in Turning Point Toastmasters. And on that note, let me welcome at the outset 3 new youngest members to the club in the past couple of weeks. Let's have a round of applause for Rahul G, who is joining our meeting in parallel while in an office call. Thank you, Rahul. Most welcome.
Hi, guys.
We also
hope you can hear me.
Yes,
Sorry,
we can hear you, Rahul.
Go ahead, Anant. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's completely all right, Rahul. Your bandwidth is precious. Please welcome to the club meeting today.
Thank you. Thank you, Anant.
We also have Priyesh, who has just joined this week itself. So Priyesh Singh, let's have the video on and let's soak in the applause. I will switch off the spotlight and I think the spotlight should be on you.
Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you guys.
Most welcome, Priyesh. And soon we will roll out the updated mentoring sheet. And we believe going forward in the next week itself, you will be starting your speeches and roles immediately.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks a lot.
We also have Priyanka, who just joined recently and has played a couple of roles already. So welcome Priyanka as well. Priyanka, are you here?
Yes.
Hi Priyanka, most welcome. So at Turning Point, people join in bunch. In the previous installment, 5 people joined. Some of them have become the executive committee officers, including Vipul, Rohan, including Utkarsh, who are actually the true backbones of the club. And they are making our jobs easier. However, it is up to the youngest crop now to take the baton ahead and continue the legacy. I want to be in a situation where, well, Madhav, me, the current leadership, we want to be in a situation where January to June cycle, we support you in the background and you take the club forward the way we have been doing in this 6 months. So right now, October is going on. In case you are interested to learn any particular office, the leadership committee department, where you would like to nominate, come the last week of December for the next 6 monthly term, right now is the time to get in touch. If you are interested in how to make brand compliant posters, design aesthetically designed posters, do get in touch with Rohan. In case you want to learn how to do that immaculate introduction and laying out the ground rules while welcoming the members cheerfully, Sergeant at Arms Vipul is your go-to man. If you are interested in learning how to organize the entire meeting, find out the role players, map the evaluators, Utkarsh is one-man army for that. In the last couple of months of this year, we would welcome if you shadow them in their role as an associate, perhaps. That will make the transitions easier. So on that humbling appeal, on that note, let me continue with the main business item as presiding officer. We have our upcoming club level table topics contest. I believe it is on 2nd of November. So we have good, 2 weeks from now. So today's meeting, the table topics, and the next meeting's table topics are the practice ground before you take part in the ultimate contest. Now, what happens in a contest? One person will not deliver a speech, a table topic, a short speech of 1 to 2 minutes on a separate topic. If there are 10 people, all 10 will deliver on the same topic, just to give a parity for judges. But of course, one person cannot hear the next person, the previous person's delivery. So all of them will be taken out in a physical contest in a separate room, in a virtual room like this, in a breakout room. And one by one, they will be brought to the meeting. They will speak on the same topic. And that will be the literally the true test of our speaking skills. It's a competitive sport, you can say that. So there is only one winner, but many learners. We don't believe in the concept of calling the other L word. That concludes the business segment of the announcements. Now, I want to welcome sincerely a few guests and bring them on the stage to introduce themselves a little. So Safwat, let's start with you. Why don't you just give a brief intro about where you're from, how did you hear about us, and what are your expectations today in brief?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Safwat. This is basically my second on a meeting as a guest. And I'm from Hyderabad, working in a company called IT Abacus Solution as a team leader. So what brought me here? Obviously, the first meeting that I had attended, I was at work at that point of time. But some of them might remember, I just parked my vehicle somewhere and I was into the meeting. And this one particularly because the theme is about the Cricket World Cup. And just like most of us, I'm assuming, are like diehard cricket fans. So that is what I'm here and totally looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Safwat. Well, you are at the right place. We are a cricket fanatic community. We also have Ria Gupta with us. Ria, would you like to unmute, reveal your face and give a brief intro about where you are from, what brought you here? Hopefully you can hear us, Ria.
Yeah, Anant, give me 5 minutes. I'll introduce myself again.
No worries. Meanwhile, we'll go to Satish. Satish, can you hear us? Hi, Satish. We can see you
Hello,
now.
good evening, all fellow Toastmasters. I am from Delhi, Invictus Toast Club, Invictus Toastmaster Club, and my name is Satish. I born and brought up in Delhi, and I did my post-graduation diploma from Wellington Institute of Management as a business administrator. Still, I am working in a automobile sector in Maruti Suzuki India as a data analyst. So last 6 months, I have been a part of a Toastmaster Club, right? So still today, I just thought one of my friend who shared a link. So today, I just thought I should have to join that meeting. So I will get some new experience. So that's why I'm here.
Definitely,
Thank you
Satish.
so much.
Just to lay out the agenda for you. Today, I have a brief session, 25-30 minute session about storytelling. So just to give an intro about myself, beating my own drum here. I'm a professional storyteller. So I do take sessions for corporates as well as universities on storytelling.
Okay.
So here, the Toastmasters like you definitely will get some benefit. But others who are not yet members, well, they can also leverage the session. And in case you like the session, you can recommend everyone. You can recommend the meeting recording live being telecasted on YouTube later to someone else as well.
Okay.
So sit down, be comfortable. Meanwhile, we will check with Anshul Sharma. Anshul, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Anshul Sharma, and I'm from GNK. And this is my first meeting with the Toastmasters, as my friend Utkarsh Sharma shared the link with me.
Most welcome, Anshul. You are not just Utkarsh as a guest anymore. You are a guest of Turning Point family. So
Thank
welcome.
you, sir. Okay.
Preeti, would you like to give a brief intro about yourself once again? There are some new people who have joined.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Preeti Yadav, and currently I'm residing in Delhi and preparing for UPSC.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Well, a UPSC aspirant yourself, well, definitely you will not learn any general knowledge from here, but definitely we will break over, we'll brood over cricket, the missed moments, as well as what's going on currently in the World Cup when India's prospects are concerned. Definitely there. I'm not sure how interested you are in cricket, but we have tons of other activities as well. So do stay.
Yeah, sure,
Ria,
sir. But I'm not passionate about cricket. Yeah.
I guess that. Ria, what about you? Are you interested in cricket?
I am not interested in cricket.
Well, where are you from, by the way?
Yeah, I am from Haryana, but I'm living in Hyderabad. I was a part of Toastmasters earlier. I was a part of Deloitte Hyderabad Toastmasters Club, and I happened to leave that job. I'm on a career break right now, so I was looking for a new club to join, and I heard very good words about Turning Point. My friend was like, "This club has the best speakers," and I wanted to be a part of it and join.
Ooh, who is that
meeting.
friend?
You will get to know.
Yeah, I know. However, at Deloitte Hyderabad, I have some good friends as well. Pratima, Smita, I think the funny guy, the president.
Smita, yeah.
You're in the right place. We will be, playing our roles today and conducting this meeting with the lens that we are being watched. We are being evaluated for our quality. All right, Ria. Have a good time. Madhav, quick one about yourself as well, quickly. Hey, Madhav. All right. So we have had all the guest introductions and guests. Please do stay till the very end because we would like to have your feedback at the final session. Do not go before you give your true impressions so that we can improve our quality even better. Now, let me introduce you to the quality inspector of the club, who is also playing the host of the meeting today. This guy is a PhD scholar and he's from the city which has been unofficially the cultural center of the northern India. It is the favorite city of Shah Jahan. You know why? Because he built something over there. And this guy is currently studying at one of the IITs. And ladies and gentlemen, he is the Vice President Education of the club as well. Proudly presenting my mentee, Utkarsh Sharma, as a host for today's evening. Utkarsh. Quick audio video check. Can you hear us?
Am I audible? Am I visible?
And you are incredible. Floor is all yours. Go ahead, buddy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anant, for such a generous words of appreciation. Some of it I might not deserve, but keep that coming. Feels good. Hi, everyone. Well, if someone's not living under a rock, one must, rather should be aware that there's a men's cricket World Cup that's taking place in our country. Yes, in India, folks. Is there anyone who's not aware of it? Anyone? Ria? Well,
I haven't, I might have not watched it, but I'm aware of it.
Awesome. Well, Jasprit says yes. Well, if that's so, if there's anyone apart from Jasprit as well, you have come at the exact right place. We're going to talk everything and anything related to World Cup and cricket. So settle down, folks, with your favorite drink and enjoy this ride. As this Cricket World Cup is progressing, I must say that the excitement level is intensifying. The matches are indeed getting interesting. We witnessed an India-Pakistan match, which was not very closely fought. But the fun part was India thrashed Pakistan convincingly. Also, if I talk about the surprises and the upsets, we have recently witnessed two astonishing upsets that have taken the cricketing world by storm. Firstly, Afghanistan defeating England and then Netherlands conquering South Africa. These were the kind of victories that remind us that in cricket, anything is possible, which is why this game is so incredible. And these results have definitely opened up the World Cup and left us all guessing as to who will make it to the top four. Also, as the World Cup continues and entertains us, we have also one great news to cherish too. Cricket has been inducted as a sport in the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. So cricket, for the first time, will be a sport in Olympics. Can we have a huge, huge round of applause for that? Isn't that exciting? India can now seriously hope for another medal from a sport other than track fields, shooting, and boxing. Isn't that great? All right. Before moving further, I would like to begin by asking, who all here are genuine cricket fans here? Please answer by raising your hands, either through the emoticon or if your video is on, raise your hand, literally. All right. Anant, Rohan, Vipul, Amit, Safat, Rahul, Anshul, Deepesh, Priyanka. I hope I'm not missing Madhav. All right. I hope I'm not missing anyone. So I have noted down you all. Now, let me tell you, you can't escape any questions of mine under the guise that we don't watch cricket. All right. It's time. It's going to be a very informal session, guys, and it's going to be very entertaining. I will ask you questions. This will be a two-way street, and we'll make it as interactive as possible. So please show some excitement, everyone. I see more raise of hands. That's fantastic. We have a live match that is going on right now. Bangladesh has posted 256 runs on the board, and our team needs 257 to win, to make it 4 games out of 4. Can we now show some excitement and cheer for our nation? I want everyone to unmute and say, India, India. Please do not shout, otherwise our earlobes might be in danger. On the count of, please guys, unmute yourself and say India, India. Like, don't shout, that's all.
India.
India.
Love the excitement. Love the excitement and enthusiasm. Thank you very much. Keep that coming. All right, I'll ask some questions now. So if anyone wants, please feel free to unmute. What has been the biggest highlight for you in this World Cup so far? Anyone? Okay, Safat, please go ahead.
Hi. For me, I kind of started to like how at one point of time these teams were considered as minnows and all. But as you have just mentioned about Netherlands as well as Afghanistan, man, any team can reach the semi-final at this stage of the game. So that is the one thing that I really liked about this particular World Cup and the way India is playing, man. I remember back in 2007 and 2003, Australia were the only team who used to dominate the Cricket World Cup. But this time, it's Indians who are dominating a particular format. I'm totally excited. And still that 2011 memory is still afresh. So we'll come back to that part later. So these are my 2 points.
Wow, Safat. I mean, you can relish the 2011 memories. It's back there in my background to see India lifting the World Cup, and we can't wait on the 19th of November to see this glimpse again. Thank you so much, Safat. Deepesh, please go ahead. What has been your like the most relished memory so far in this World Cup so far?
I will talk about my memories later in the meeting, but the most surprising highlight of this World Cup is like England, who is the defending champions, has lost from Afghanistan. So that's quite surprising. So there are a lot of surprises to go. And the way India has defeated Pakistan is just phenomenal. So it gives me a sense of patriotism.
Couldn't agree with you more. India has done superbly well so far, and I think they're doing great today as well. Anyone else? Rohan, Jasprit wants to go ahead, please. Anant, you will follow after Jasprit.
There's nothing. I'm sorry.
All right.
Jasprit doesn't watch cricket.
Oh, okay. But she will after the session, I promise you.
I don't think
I'll
so.
make her. No need to spotlight. I think in this session we can keep it flowing. The biggest highlight for me has been the bench strength of India. I mean, come on, Surya Kumar Yadav, Mohammad Shami, Ashwin warming the benches. They would have been straight selection in any team given, across the world. So that makes me swell with pride.
I feel sad for Ashwin though, but at the same time, I'm happy that India has got such a fantastic bench strength. Yeah, true. Well said. Anant, anyone else? All right, Vipul, go ahead.
Like after 12 years, we are playing in a World Cup in India. And the biggest strength is if you play outside Asian pitches, they are mostly bouncing and fast bowlers. This time, there will be a role of spinners to play. And last time, 2011, we won. We were one of the contenders. This time, we are the winners. So there is some added pressure, but the euphoria is there. Everything is there. And the other teams like Australia, Africa, and all that don't play England, don't play spin that very well. So a big boom in India's favor.
Agreed, but I do believe that India can win at bouncy pitches as well. But well said, good point, Vipul. I will keep the theme going and we talk about and reminisce cricket and World Cup over and over again. But for now, let me tell you how the flow of the meeting, today's meeting will work. It'll comprise of 3 sections. Unlike a usual Toastmasters meeting, we are not going to have a prepared speech today. Instead, we have something equally exciting, if not more. Distinguished Toastmaster Anant is going to give us a masterclass on storytelling. Exciting, guys. We then try to move towards the fun part and equally intimidating impromptu speaking section, or in Toastmasters term, which is the table topic. Here, guests and members are invited to stage, given a topic, and asked to speak on a topic for a minute or two. And finally, we go through the evaluation section where everyone, including me, gets evaluated. The evaluation section is headed by our general evaluator, who today is Toastmaster Vipul. It's time for me to call our general evaluator for today on the virtual stage. Vipul is a dynamic and a curious personality who is an engineer by degree. He serves as the Sergeant at Arms for our club. Handing it over to you, Toastmaster Vipul.
Thank you, Utkarsh. So, as we all know, feedback is the breakfast of champions. And as a team has progressed from not only a contender to a favorite in the World Cup, with constant evaluation and feedback, I want each one of you sitting here, devoting the precious time of 2 hours during this meeting to take something concise from this meeting. And I'm not alone in this. I have a tag team supporting me to evaluate the entire meeting, the flow of the meeting, starting from the Sergeant at Arms to the end of the meeting. I will be evaluating it all along with my tag team. So not taking any much time. I would like to welcome on stage my tag team. Firstly, grammarian. Gunjan
Hi.
Sharma. Yeah.
I hope I'm clearly audible and visible.
Yeah. Hand over to you, Gunjan.
Okay. So my responsibility is going to be threefold today. I'll be noting down all the good usages of vocabulary and grammar, and all the not so good usages of vocabulary and grammar, and will be reporting it to you when the GE asks the report from me. I'm also sharing the word of the day, which you will be using throughout the meeting. Like you will try to use throughout the meeting. The word of the day today is gravitate, which means move towards a person or thing, or be attracted to a person or thing. Usages can be the World Cup is gravitating towards Rohit Sharma's hands. I'm not sure if this information is right or not, but this is one of the usages. And other can be the conversation gravitated to politics. I'll be posting this word of the day throughout the meeting in the chat box. And whenever any speaker on the stage is using the word of the day, I would encourage everyone to please show a thumbs up to him to encourage the speaker. Thank you. Over to you, Vipul.
Thank you, Gunjan, for the word of the day and the describing your role in brief. Hopefully, this World Cup will gravitate towards Rohit Sharma, the captain of Indian cricket team. Now welcoming the R counter for today, Amit Kumar. Handing over to you, Amit.
Hello, am I audible or visible?
Yeah, you are audible and visible.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. I am your R counter for the today. My job is to gravitate clear and clear communication by observing filler words like such as and like and so and I mean. So I will be recording all these words, all these filler words, and will report a report. I will report a report at the end of meeting. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Amit, for the description of your role. Now, I will move to my third evaluator. That will be the timer. Welcome you, Pallavi Bijoria.
Thank you. Hope I am audible and visible too.
Yeah, you are audible and visible.
So today I will be serving as a timer. So in Toastmaster, everything have a predefined time. And as a timer, it's my role, whosoever is on the stage, to remind them and make aware of the time. For this, I will be using the timer card. So for the table topic speaker, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will be flashing green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will be flashing yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will flash the red card. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds after the red card is flashed. I hope all the speaker will strive to within their allotted time limit, and I will be back with my report at the end of the session. Thank you, and over to you, Vipul.
Pallavi, a small request if you can showcase the cards.
Sure. Can you please give me the screen sharing right?
Utkarsh, can we do that?
Yeah, just give me.
I hope I have now. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Green card, yellow, red. Thank you.
Thanks, Pallavi, for the description of your role. So I, along with my tag team, will be evaluating the entire meeting. So that's all from my side currently. And I will be keeping an eye on each one of you. Hand over to you the team out for today, Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vipul, our general evaluator for today, and the entire tag team. Let's begin with the first segment today. Our presenter today is a true storyteller extraordinaire. With years of experience in education and public speaking, he understands the transformative power of stories in conveying knowledge and ideas. He'll guide us today on an exploration of how to construct an effective narrative that not only informs, but also enchant and persuade. Folks, let's put your hands together for the one and only distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyayni on the virtual stage with a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh, for that uplifting introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. First of all, let me appoint some duties to a few people. Pallavi, do give me a soft signal at 20, 25, and 30 minutes through chat, because I will be probably presenting my screen. Secondly, Deepesh, kindly after every couple of hours, keep providing us the scores so that nobody has to move away from the session. Stop listening to what I'm saying. We will probably give you a virtual treat after the end of my session for that. And third thing, a question to everyone. And this is your duty number 1 today. Give me a timeline. I mean, how many years? 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 400, 500. How many years ago you believe storytelling began? You can unmute, answer straight away. No worries.
From the cave times, the historic.
Oh, I was just wondering whether it's Kolkata time, Sri Lanka time, cave time. What is that?
Basically, when the humans were, living in the caves and they were drawing, making all sorts of images, and that's how they communicated. That's how they were telling their stories. So, and it's a bookish answer.
So Jaspreet just saved us some time straight away. She did not allow me to play with all of you at all. And we are directly into the thick of the session, because that's the right answer. Can we have a round of applause for Jaspreet? Friends, let's have a huge round of applause for Jaspreet, because that is how the evolution of storytelling began. The mankind, when it turned from cavemen to the first human settlements or societies, that is the point where we all felt the need to communicate. Essentially, for all the 4 purposes, primarily, which we are right now learning in Toastmasters as well. I'm sure those who are a member here for some time must have heard from their mentors or evaluators or God knows where else, that a speaker has to have one of these 4 primary purposes infused in the speech, just to give it a structure or a guidance, either to entertain or educate or persuade or motivate. Either of these 4 ideas. Like, give me a thumbs up if you have heard any of these keywords. We'll go in detail on that. So imagine the first men what all they needed to communicate over in their lives. At that point of time, there used to be no pen and paper, no booklets, no PowerPoint presentation, certainly, no Instagram videos, no advertisements, no those YouTube 5-second shorts, practically no verbal, visual, audible educational mode. So they devised some signals. They needed strategy and coordination while hunting to bring down a larger animal. So they devised some signals like tiger coming, or maybe elephant coming, gather. And how do you think they educated their young ones? By retelling exactly how it happened during the daytime, when in the nighttime they gathered around a bonfire. That bonfire served two purposes. One, it kept humans, prehistoric humans, safe from wild animals. It provided comfort, shelter, light, warmth, safety. At the same time, it became the fundamental platform of storytelling. So next time when someone asks you, what is the earliest form of storytelling? Well, singing, dancing, retelling around bonfire. We do that on 13th of January a lot. Lohri festival it is called even today. So friends, from that point, humankind evolved from that kind of storytelling to cave paintings, to a more written form like pen and paper, papyrus grass, manuscripts. Somebody thought it will be a nice idea to build a pyramid and write on the internal walls, it will be preserved for thousands of years. Brilliant idea, cost a lot, but still brilliant idea. We still find those hieroglyphic scripts. We are still trying to decipher the Book of Dead. I saw that in the Mummy movie. But from there to written forms, then singing, oral communicative forms like Ramayanas, Mahabharatas, Panchtantras, Arthashastras, the Bibles, the Qurans, it turned many hands and it got evolved in the interpretations. Like today, if it's safe to say that it's a well-established fact, in fact, that the Bible we have today is not how it was written originally 2000 years ago. It has evolved. So today, I give you this magical fact. Every day, you are getting exposed to more than 8,000 impressions in your everyday life, to brand impressions. How? Merely seeing a logo of a company anywhere, that tells a story in itself. The way I gave some video examples, social media examples, well, everything is a story. 5-second story, a printed image story, a newspaper advertisement, a magazine photo, everything is a story in itself. You'll find so many new platforms coming over, like Humans of New York, Humans of Bombay. Humans of Bombay recently went into a legal fight with another brand. That's a different story. The point is, evolution of story has happened. However, the fundamental need which we need to tap today remains the same. What is the need? Well, the same. We have, I will come back to these characteristics, but we have the same need. These 4 needs, these 4 core purposes. A few examples for you to just, skip over. All the academic, organizational, educational purposes, whether it's water cooler moments, social media, those stand-up comedians, or any light-hearted moments with your friends, family members, buddies, all the investor pitches, the process documents, the SOPs, the change management psychology in entirety is persuasion. And of course, in Toastmasters, we are fond of giving keynotes or award ceremonies. After the contest, we will have an acceptance speech as well. All these are motivational moments. Now, what exactly is story? It has a few characteristics. A story has its own universe. A universe where whatever happens is ruled by the laws of physics of that universe. Like, I will give you a sweet short example, and you can give me a thumbs up if you agree with that. Like, your mind is a brilliant device. remove the spotlight completely. No need. Your mind is a brilliant device. The moment I throw some keywords to it, it automatically starts filling up the imagery. Like for example, 1857, the Queen of Jhansi, Lakshmi Bai, is coming out on. Now, what vehicle do you imagine? Your mind has already started filling up the details, right? Do you see a battle tank? Do you see a chariot? Do you see a spaceship? What exactly do you see?
Horse.
Horse. If I replace Rani Lakshmi Bai with some other XYZ character, because of the time and place, your mind will probably see this way. But what if on the 17th day of the battle of Mahabharat, Arjuna turned to Krishna and asked, "Oh Lord, why are we moving so slowly? Can you pace a bit faster?" Now, what vehicle do you think they are riding on? Your mind has already pre-filled.
Chariot.
Like chariot, right? It is because of the time and place. And that is where you see most of the stories, you will find this beautiful phrase, once upon a time, long ago. These are abstract ideas because we cannot pinpoint a time, but that's just to give an idea. It happened long way back. But don't we all start our speeches, our personal stories, like when I was in 4th class, or it happened last week, or how about yesterday while returning from office? Immediately the background picture, like that new magical Canva tool, it has got artificial intelligence infused. So try Canva nowadays, it has AI infused. It can actually fill the scenery in the background or remove a certain object. So that same way, your brilliant device called mind, it gets to work the moment it gets some input. So it has a universe. Our story has a universe. It's a visually descriptive world building where the right keywords can actually help you imagine a better image. For example, many of us, we struggle a lot at characterization. Do we agree? While telling stories, the most we struggle with is usually with the characters. Sometimes Bollywood directors also struggle with this trait. At the cost of throwing a few item songs, we cut out a few scenes of chit-chatting between different characters, but that actually establishes the characters a lot. I still remember one theme taken by Gunjan on, I think, Stranger Things. Right? Gunjan, are you here?
Yes, right, Anant.
Thank God. I thought maybe you gravitated towards a World Cup match on the team.
Never. That would never happen.
It was just a deliberate attempt to get into your good books. So I saw that episode, or first few episodes, a couple of days back. And I will also give an example of a popular series called Game of Thrones. When you watch the first episode of the first season of Game of Thrones, you go like, what is happening? It's so slow. क्या चल रहा है भाई? इतना मतलब टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास. जल्दी कुछ action. But 5-6 episodes later, you are like, what happening? What's happening? Like dragons are flying and yay and wo. Because your mind has attuned by now to accept those laws of physics. That kind of believability it attunes. At the same time, there is a world building that's happening. So you start feeling warm to a character. They become your protagonist, heroes. At the same time, you start disliking certain characters. DDLJ सबने देखा है? दिल वाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे. Like you can unmute and shout yes.
Yes.
Okay. Video on कर लोगे तो मुझे बार-बार ये पूछना नहीं पड़ेगा. So you can turn your videos on. Yeah. So DDLJ में, how many of you have seen it in hall, movie hall? Anyone? Pallavi is certainly very old. Or you can be a native of Jaipur, you can still watch it in cinema. It is going on for 28 years plus. Point is, have you ever seen a person in a movie hall, whether in DDLJ or any other movie, where Amrish Puri slapped Kajol, and the person stands on the chair and starts whistling and hooting, yay! Have you ever? From the director's lens, the character is played in a certain light, in a certain angle, so that they take the shape of the protagonist or the antagonist of the movie. South Indian movies, classic example. The hero's entry will be like slow motion, like 10 different angles. And the moment they swirl their leg, bavander aa jata hai. I don't know from where the hurricane starts building up. I'm not going to that extent where they kick or they punch a train and the bogies of the train fly to space, outer space. I'm not going to that extent. But yeah, hero, heroine, the side characters, the villains, they have their own entry moments in Bollywood. Because Bollywood exaggerates to 10 times what is supposed to be normal. That is where we call larger than life. Remember? I'm giving Bollywood examples because they are easier to relate. But relate with this in the same spirit with a book, your favorite book, any book, Godfather, Lord of the Rings, whatever. They invest 3 pages to just describe a tree, a talking tree. Arundhati Roy, The God of Small Things, I read that book, painful book. Towards the final few pages, you see the magic happening, but the first a couple of hundred pages, they are painful. Because the lady will go on to describe the pickles, different type of pickles her granny is preparing for 7-8 whole pages. I'm like, bhai, ye dekhne ke liye nahi liya tha book. Someone recommended, it's a Booker Prize winner and all. But that is where the true magic happens. So do invest some time in world building. These are the fundamentals, people. The way you'll see framework, you will immediately, agree to these ideas. Now, the next trick is your characters, all these protagonists, antagonists need not be humans. It can be animals. It can be robots. It can be emotions, feelings, circumstances, concepts, greed, honesty, character, politics, government, army. It can be a character like that as well. Just give it a face. Give it some characteristics. It has to have a conflict and a resolution. Isko laga dala to life jinga lala. That is the true essence of a story. Why would we want to hear how Jaspreet's day went by? Unless there was an up and a down. मैं तो रास्ते से जा रहा था भेलपुरी खा क्या सुनना है उसको? We need to hear Baba some kind of interesting part. And where does the interesting part happens? When life में कुछ कलेश आए. When there is a break to the normalcy. But to highlight that break to normalcy, we need to have the life as it goes as a context setting in beginning. I'll come to that. The purpose of the story is to leave a long-lasting emotional connect. Proof of that. Hema, Rekha, Jaya and Sushma, you can complete the rest. Can anyone?
सबकी पसंद है.
So how do you remember that? You remember that because of a jingle. Because that jingle lasted a long-term impact. It planted a long-lasting impact on your mind. You might not remember Nirma easily, but this jingle you will immediately pop up. Slow and steady wins the race. 2 animals immediately come to your mind. While you were a kid, you would not even remember the moral of the story or rather understand it. But today, you remember this whole story because of these 2 animals. Vishnu Sharma, 2000 years ago, noted that children, while trying to tell them moral educational stories, they will not get the concept directly. So he made stories around pigeons, foxes, lions, tigers, animals, different. My kid is right now outside watching Jungle Book on YouTube. In the middle of the night, he wakes up and starts retelling the dialogue. Tujhe kaccha kha jaunga, bina namak ke chaba jaunga. I'm like, okay, enough emotional impact. We need to cut down on this TV. But right now, what is happening has been happening in our lives as well. Do you agree? Yeah, give me thumbs up. It is the oldest communication form, we understand that, and it is applicable in every field, whether sales, HR, trainings, public speaking, or written, oral, visual, every form. We have covered that part. Now comes the highlight. We'll skip the definition, not relevant to us. It is a deck which I use for professional storytelling at corporate. Now here is the interesting part. I break the storytelling in 3 different directions. The tale, the tell, the talk. The tell part, the middle part, this one. Well, this is what we practice in Toastmasters, don't we? It is the body language. It is the visual vocal variety. It is the retelling an anecdote, an incident, a fictional story, a non-fictional story, etc. The talk part is the narration. Sometimes in drama, in movies, you will see a voice fast forwarding the story a bit. Sometimes you just write on screen 31 years later, as if someone is coming in between, in Ram Leelas or in the Lagan movie in the opening, Amitabh Bachchan's booming voice that gave a voiceover. Well, that is called the narration. Narrator is a powerful concept in stories. In most of your speeches, friends, in most of your speeches in Toastmasters, half the time you are a narrator. You are not actually replaying the dialogues. You are retelling what happened instead of actually mimicking what happened. Don't we do it? We are a narrator. There is a concept, do note it down, search at your own later, unreliable narrator. Sometimes a narrator purposefully misguides. It happens a lot in detective novels, in thriller movies, in Sherlock Holmes, and all these Knives Out, all these movies it is happening. An unreliable narrator is actually sidelining a very important fact and rather beguiling us towards something which is unimportant. It happens a lot. This is called reliable versus unreliable. In journalism, while telling stories, it matters a lot who's telling that story. Right now, Arab versus Israel conflict is going on. It is a 2,500 years old story. It is just evolving year by year. Now, depends on which media channel, which journalistic site you are hearing it from. The narrative will be totally different. The one party will be a victim while the other party will be an attacker, aggressor. So my humble advice while reading news these days, especially because the elections are coming, do read all the narrators of different ideologies and have an informed opinion, because don't fall prey to the unreliable narrator. Now, the tail part is the important part. It is the story itself, for which I have a framework for you, a story curve. You can remember it in different manners. I will show all the different manners, but all you need to remember is this curve. That's it. I'll play it once again. Once more. Simple as that. Well, it has 4 parts. It has a context setting in the beginning. Life as it goes as normal. Remember when, where, who? Once upon a time in the kingdom of Agrippa, there was an honest thief named Aladdin. In one single line, I just declared my when, where, and who. Let's try it your way. Give me a time, any time, like any time period. Anyone, just unmute and throw it.
1947.
1947, taken. Now give me a character, any character.
Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi, let's say Rahul Gandhi. Okay, there is a person named Rahul Gandhi, 1947. It depends now which place you will tell, the entire mix will take a different color altogether. So, Vipul, why don't you give me a place name?
UP.
UP. 1947, Rahul Gandhi, UP. Don't you think an entire new fictional story can be generated with that? Yeah, it is. Time travel, suna nahi kabhi. All right, let's take Rahul Gandhi aside. Let's define this universe in a credible form. UP. In UP, let's say Utkarsh is from Agra. So let's say Agra, 1947, a person named Abhishek. Think what is happening in his life, how his day goes by. Describe his family, his people around, as if you are watching his universe from his eyes. Put yourself in his shoes. And that is how you write this context. That is how all the stories are built until there is a conflict rising. And if there is a conflict, a problem से story खत्म थोड़ी करना है, उसको resolve भी तो करना है ना. So just to keep it 4 C's, the resolution part I am putting it as a clearance. Nothing original about it, just a convenience. So context, conflict, and conflict leads to clearance, but that is where the story won't end. My biggest problem with RRR, you know what the problem with RRR, a Oscar winning movie, was? इतना बड़ा conflict किया. You have seen RRR, right? इतना बड़ा conflict, such huge conflict. Last में resolution क्या किया? Bike भगा के ले गया and blast, खत्म, end of story. And then मजा नहीं आया. Something left, you know, unsatisfied, unfulfilled. Now remember how our epics, Ramayanas, Mahabharatas, they ended, or any good movie that you may have seen that would have ended, be it Inception, be it Godfather, be it Gladiator, whatever. It did not end with the battle. Like Ramayana, for example, it did not end on the final day when Ravana was killed. No. It had to be ended where the life returns to normalcy. When they reached on the Diwali day at Ayodhya back. How Mahabharata was ended when Pandavas actually left the world and went on a pilgrimage years later. How Gladiator, the Russell Crowe movie, would have ended. It did not end with his sacrifice. It ended with his body being taken away, and there was a narrator, a dialogue written on the screen. Lagan did not end with Bhuvan hitting a 6. एक song आया last में, बारिश वारिश आई, सब कुछ हुआ. That is where a lot of us struggle with. It is the conclusion part. Be it your evaluation, be it your table topic, be it a prepared speech, be it a 2-hour-long speech, be it a 4-hour-long movie. The conclusion returns the life to normalcy. That is what this flat graph represents. In a different way, if you want to see this, this is called the story backbone, the story skeleton. It is one of the Pixar's 22 rules of storytelling. Once upon a time, in a and you introduce your characters, the devils and angels. Until one day, because of which you exaggerate the conflict, make it believable, make it important to us. Until finally some trigger happened. Now, where does this trigger come from? This is the most important part of the entire structure, my friends. The trigger comes either sometimes internally, a moment of realization, awakening, sometimes a guiding light, sometimes a guru, sometimes a family member, sometimes a life partner. It can be anything, internal or external. It just has to be believable. I heard a story from a gentleman in Hyderabad once. He wrote, and I reviewed it, and he said, I lost my father when I was in 10th class. I was really sorry to read that. Because of which, problems aplenty. I flunked my exams, I did not get a good job, etc., etc. Until one day, I went to a temple and a Panditji said, life and death are a part and parcel of life. And I was like, okay. And suddenly my grades improved, my job improved. And I'm like, wait a second, everything else is credible, but it does not happen in this way in our lives. How is it believable? Now that trigger was not organic. It was a force fitted. If you have a trigger, which is organic, beautiful stories, good movies, good novels, good stories everywhere, they will have this trigger in the most delicious manner possibly placed. That is where if I can synthesize it completely, that is where the magic happens. But the story is not complete until they lived happily ever after, isn't it? This is the story curve complete in detail for you. Let's go through it once again before we conclude. Remember just this curve while writing the story next time. And of course, you can have your story, the 80% word limit dedicated to this part, maybe a 10% of context setting, a 10% of conclusion, the time allotment, the word count allotment, etc. That can happen like this. But it has to have all these 4 parts. If any one of the part missing, it's like a burger which either does not have top bun or the bottom bun, or it is missing the patty in between. The when, the where, and the who. Why the conflict and what happened because of the conflict, and how the conflict was resolved, and what happened afterwards. Let me just give you a different perspective as well. The perspective is this: your life was this, something happened in between, and now when your life returns to normalcy, it is not here. It is probably here. It is an elevated state where you have reached. The protagonist, who was not so wise earlier, something happened in his life, the conflict and its resolution, because of which there's a moral of the story, which the protagonist has learned. And because of retelling that story, we, the audience, have learned. And wasn't that the purpose of the storytelling itself? Thirsty crow. Where there's a will, there is a way. Now, Thirsty Crow did not know that when it was feeling thirsty. It applied some kind of intelligence because of which it quenched its thirst. And we learn the moral of the story. Now, we will not go to a garden and put pebbles in a pot. Not exactly that. We will apply that learning, however, somewhere else. And that is the purpose of the story. We see the mirror reflection of our own life in someone else's troubles. In a similar manner, in a different context in our own lives. Probably we look with curiosity, how did it get resolved? Probably we can take a leaf out of there and learn in our life as well. And friends, that is completely the purpose of storytelling, the process of storytelling. The floor is all yours. Do send me questions in the chat. Maybe in my private window, I will try to type as much as possible and provide you queries to resolve. But in the final moments, we'll just, share this. It is what I do at the end of my presentations. So you definitely can connect with me over here. Katyayni is my brand name. I'm present online with katyayni.com website and Katyayni_Insta as Instagram handle. Do connect with me. If you have any query today, tomorrow, 6 months later, and I will try to gather as much thought around it as possible. With that said, over to you, the fantastic Toastmaster of the day, Utkarsh.
Aren't we lucky, folks? Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Anant? This was truly a treat and so much learning for each one of us who are in the pursuit of becoming a better public speaker. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anant. Let's gravitate towards our theme for now. Before that, I request our scorekeeper for today, Deepesh, to kindly let us know what the score is right now for India. Come on, Deepesh. All right, till the time he feeds us in, let's move on. In every World Cup, we witness moments that are etched in our memories. moments that send chills down our spine and bring tears to our eyes. Let's talk about some of those thrills and drama that we have witnessed in Cricket World Cup history. When it comes to thrilling finishes, two examples or two evidences really come on the top of my mind. First is the 1999 semi-final between Pakistan and New Zealand. We have the score now. It's 145 for 2 in 22 overs. India is cruising and course of a great victory. Thank you so much, Deepesh. So I was talking about the 1999 semi-final between Pakistan and New Zealand. Pakistan, needing just one run to win, managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And another one that really comes to my mind is the 2019 final between England and New Zealand. I think it was very well fought. There was a tie with the match and the super over as well. And ultimately, England won because of the boundaries count, if I'm not wrong. That was insane. And these matches kind of remind us that in cricket, the game can change in an instant. If I talk about the underdog triumphs, one of the prime example comes to my mind is our team India in 1983 finals, where they beat the mighty West Indies during the finals. When it comes to record-breaking performances, I think Virendra Sehwag's 2011 World Cup knock of 219 runs against West Indies comes to the top of my mind. And there has been several dramas so far in the World Cup, but the drama in 2007, when the early ouster of India and Pakistan from the World Cup, and the backlash that both the countries' players received from the fans was immense and huge. And Pakistan's coach suspicious death, Bob Woolmer, suspicious death post the team's ouster was something that was unfathomable. These are my pickings. Now I would like to ask you guys, what has been the most exciting or memorable moments in the Cricket World Cup history for you guys? Anyone? Deepesh, go ahead.
The most recent one was the last year when India faced against Pakistan, where I think somewhere around we needed 30 runs in around 2 to 3 overs, and how Virat Kohli played at the last over, and Nawaz was bowling and he bowled a wide, and that ensured our victory. They're actually my 3 favorite matches. One of them I said just now. One was played much like into 1980s when India was bowled out for 75 runs. It's not 75, but I think somewhere around 105, 110. And they defended that score with Pakistan, with bowlers like Wasim Akram, Imran Khan, and all the world-class bowlers. And one of the most favorite matches was Australia versus South Africa, where South Africa chased the impossible score of around 426. I don't remember the exact score, but that was a world record chase at that moment. How Herschel Gibbs batted and how Graeme Smith, everybody just that match was phenomenal. These were the 3 favorite matches, and there are actually a lot of matches in cricket history. I remember one more, India versus England, the final of the NatWest ODI series back in 2002, where the way Mohammad Cap played was just extraordinary. These were the 4 favorite matches. Like, it was the most impossible matches to win, but the tide really turned, and the matches were won.
Wow, this one looked like a true cricket fanatic, Deepesh. I'm so proud of you. The minor details that you mentioned was mind-boggling. But I guess majority of those matches are not Cricket World Cup matches, if I'm not wrong. I'm asking
ODI matches.
Yeah. Oh, all right. But very well done. Thank you so much, Deepesh. Thank you for answering. Anyone else who wants to go? Okay, Sapa, please go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, going back to the history, obviously, India is our favorite team. But I think another team with almost 0 haters would be South Africa, if I'm not wrong. And they have been given a tag of chokers, which I feel totally bad about that, man. Going back to the 1999 semi-final versus Australia, I'm sure most of them know what happened. That match was tied. Klusner single-handedly took the match. right till the end, and that run out where Donald got out. And due to the run rate, Australia qualified for the final and eventually lifted their trophy. And in 2003, the same thing happened. Duckworth-Lewis system. They were like 1 run short behind Sri Lanka. And again, they were like out of the tournament. And coming back to the 2015 World Cup, where A.B. de Villiers were like hitting boundaries and sixers and literally all over the place. And during that match also, I think it was a semi-final, yes. And New Zealand, by that, I don't remember the guy's name. He hit a 6 and South Africa were like out of the tournament again. So yeah, these are my memories about Cricket World Cup.
South Africa and New Zealand have kind of become bridesmaids. They have gained the recognition of being the bridesmaids. They do not come to the altar eventually. Thank you so much, Safat. We have Gunjan as well. I think before Gunjan, there was someone else who was raising his hand. I think it was Amit, I guess. Amit, please go ahead.
Oh, so it was 2007. You might have remember that England match of Yuvraj, 6 sixes in 1 over and 15 12 balls. So this was one of the most memorable match for me. And after that DK Dinesh Karthik match and 26 run in last over. That was most memorable cricket match for me. Thank you.
So how did you celebrate post those matches?
So in the when I was in childhood, that we enjoyed with sweets and all, just like Yuvraj. Before that match, Yuvraj has bowled and he got 30 run in over. So he was upset and he said that now it is fulfilled by my 6 sixes. So this was the moment and I really enjoyed it with my father.
Wow, thank you, Amit. Those sixes of Yuvraj Singh will forever remain etched in every cricket fan's memory. Thank you so much. We have Gunjan. I'll change the question post Gunjan. Please go ahead. Gunjan, you're the last one.
Yeah, so I do not have, I'm not a cricket fan. I do not follow cricket. And I came to know about this World Cup, which is going on from my office team call, wherein there were people discussing about cricket. But I want to share a story, and this is how I'm going to expose my brother. So this happened. I think it was around 2007, or I don't know which year it was, but he was too young, like around 9 or 10 years old. I think India lost match against Pakistan, and I remember he was crying. He was lying on the floor and crying continuously, and my mother was like, "Why are you crying? At least they are getting money even after losing the match, and why are you wasting your time?" So this happened. So this is the cricket fever that I am just trying to talk about.
Do you want to reveal who your brother is?
You know that. I am exposing him in his own group. In his own.
India has been invincible against Pakistan in World Cup matches. This must be some other match, I guess. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you, Gunjan, for that story. All right, next question for everyone. Suppose if not India, I mean, India is definitely winning the World Cup. Let's just think it's a hypothetical question. If not India, who's your sentimental favorites to win this World Cup? Mine would be New Zealand. I'm telling you right off the bat. They're the ones I feel are the most humble, decent, nice guys who play with the spirit of the game. So that's my take. And I love their black jersey as well. So yeah, let's begin with Safi. Yeah, go ahead.
For sure. If not India, I want India to win. If not India, then obviously I'll go for South Africa because that's my second most favorite team.
All right. Let's hope they won't live up to their choker's tag this time and probably do well. Thank you, Deepesh.
New Zealand. And the fact that I'm also wearing black today. So it should be New Zealand.
All right. Wonderful. Please, someone who has not spoken as yet. Rohan, Anshul, Rahul.
Yeah, I would say
Priyanka.
South Africa. So I want them to lose their choker stab. So yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Anshul. And tell me in detail why. Why do you want them to win? Anshul, please go ahead.
I think Sri Lankans should win because they are going through a very economic crisis. So they will get something to celebrate.
Wow, fair enough. That's a very good take. I'm sure they're going through a tough time, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, Vipul. Thank you, Anshul.
The answer would be same, the chokers, South Africa, because in each of the World Cups, they went somehow to the semi-final. They are the deserving ones. They managed to beat every of the best of the teams throughout consistently. But there is some match. Unexpectedly, they gain the tag. They live up to the expected chokers tag, and it feels bad for the team, which is performing good throughout. But suddenly, a bad day can hamper the, I can say, the World Cup for them consistently over years.
Indeed, and I feel they always have a very, very strong team on the paper coming every World Cup, and still they somehow kind of ruin their chances when it comes to knockouts. Something or the other happens, and they kind of crash out. Thank you, Vipul. One more I'll take. Rohan, I think, wanted to go. Please, Rohan.
Yeah, for me, I would choose New Zealand because I literally hate New Zealand because they knocked us off in two games, previous World Cup games, but they didn't won that World Cup. I just want to New Zealand to win World Cup only because of Kane Williamson. I mean, look at that man. After losing, also he smiles like, and how he manages to take that pressures, I really love about him. That's what I I would love to if New Zealand wins, if not India.
Agree. I'm on the same page. I have never seen a Kiwi trying to sledge or they're so humble and generally have been very, very nice guys who have always lived up to the spirit of the game. That's what I love about the Kiwis. Thank you. I'm on the same page. And I thank you everyone for showing so much excitement and answering questions so eagerly. But for now, it's time to polish our impromptu speaking skills as I now invite our table topics master, Toastmaster Rohan, on the virtual stage. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Rohan? Quick audio video check, Rohan.
Hi, Utkarsh, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible and you're
visible as
incredible. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Cricket World Cup fever is here. As we gather here today, we are not just enthusiasts of the art of public speaking, but also passionate cricket fans. It's my pleasure to be your table topic master for today's exciting meeting. Today, as a table topic master, my role is to challenge you for impromptu speaking, where I will be asking some questions to you and you'll have to answer it. Whether you are a seasoned cricket expert or a newbie, I invite you to share your thoughts, insights, and stories about cricket. Its players, the World Cup memories, or any cricket-related topic that ignites your passion. So, who is ready to bat first? Please raise your hands and I'll be picking one. Let's start with Safwat.
Yes.
Safwat, topic for you is share your favorite memory of past Cricket World Cup and what it made special for you. I'm repeating my question, Safwat. Share your favorite memory of past Cricket World Cups and what it made special for you.
Got it. Good evening, everyone. It's an interesting topic. So without wasting further time, I'll directly go back to the 1999 World Cup again. And that semi-final between Australia and South Africa. That is kind of, still, it's like so fresh in my mind that as a kid, I remember watching that match on Doordarshan, if I'm not wrong. And as I mentioned, Klusner single-handedly took away that match away from Australia. I think Australia posted a total of 213, whereas it was quite gettable. But there was one spinner in the Australian team, Shane Warne, who stood in that semi-final, and he took those crucial wickets for Australia. And South Africa were like 9 down when Klusner came into the bat. I think he came in the order of 7 or 8. And he started as usual. Throughout the tournament, he was the player of the tournament as well. So he started hitting left, right, and center, and the score was equal. And again, that run out that happened. The scores were tied, and the run out happened. I think there was like some kind of miscommunication between the two players. I think they did not hear the call. Klusner just tried to hit the ball. He did not even look at Donald. He took the run. And Donald was not even on the other side. By the time it was there, it was too late. So that was one match that will stay for me forever. And you know the result, what happened. Australia at the end of the day went to the finals and lifted the trophy. So that is my memory about Cricket World Cup. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Safwat. Yes, we do have many memories with World Cup, and it gives some small learnings to us in our real life. So I'd like to ask another Toastmaster, anyone who will be interested for double topic session. Please raise your hand. So Priyanka, I guess, is here. Priyanka, I would like to ask you. Priyanka, topic for you is which cricketer do you admire the most and why? Which cricketer do you admire the most and why? Priyanka.
Okay, thank you for giving me this easy topic. For me, it's easy to speak about this because I'm not a very like deep, like great fan of cricket, but I love to watch cricket, especially with my friends. And I think I like cricket when I start watching cricket in 2011 because of the World Cup, and that's how I get interested in cricket. For me, I'm really a big fan of Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Virat Kohli. So I really love the way they play. And the Virat is very angry person in the field, so he's like his aggression, and in opposite, Amazon is very calming person. So I like the way they both are playing, but they play to win the match or for team. So that's the reason I like both of them, and I know because I'm really following them about how they practice and all of this, and they practice a lot. So that's the reason, and their passion about cricket and their story. So I really like them to play. And yeah, so, and I think I'm first getting fan, like I'm really obsessed with MS Dhoni, like some like in 2011-12, because the way he played, it was so great. Like I thought, like, oh my god, I don't know, in the cricket also, Amazoni, I don't know even his name before that. In 2011, I start to know his name also, and then I start following him. And so yeah, and I really like the way he play. I think I'm more he's like his passion to cricket, the work he do playing, and the way he play, I really admire that. So that's the reason. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Yes, I can agree with you. And both Virat and Dhoni is my favorite sports person also. And I have learned a lot of things from them. So I would like to ask our Toastmaster of the day, Anshul. Anshul, are you here? Anshul, Ria, Rahul, Dipesh, Madhav, anyone?
Yeah, I can go
Would
next.
you like to go?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Rahul. Yes,
Yep.
Rahul. Yeah, Rahul, topic for you is if you could add and remove any one rule from world cricket, then what it would be? I'm again repeating my topic, Rahul. If you could add or remove any rule from world cricket, then what it would be? Rahul, stage is yours.
Okay, so if I have to remove one rule, I would say that would be Duckworth-Lewis method, because sometimes it makes sense. Okay, the rains has come up or anything had happened which might have caused the match at halt, but sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Okay, because what happens is one team has played good and the second team comes to batting, or they lost some early wickets, but it's a good team and rains come and the match goes in the first team's favor. So likewise, there are many matches I don't recall as such, but this had happened multiple times in the World Cup as well. Like I think we talked about one of the finals between England and New Zealand. So there was a tie, and then there was a super over. It was again a tied, and then the England won because they have scored more boundaries. So I think this was again a second weird rule that I think has to be removed. Otherwise, I would say, there's I think one more rule, like player swapping, wherein one team can swap the player in the second innings. That could be bowler or a batsman. I don't think it makes any sense, because if you have chosen your team 11, and that has to stay till the end. So yeah, that is the one more rule which I think has to be removed. Apart from that, I think it's going good. So I don't have anything to recall more. So yeah, these are the few rules which I think has to be removed. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Rahul. I love to hear that kind of insights from you and rules you want to change and all. Surely I will be agree to that, agree with you. So I would like to ask Madhav. Madhav, are you there? Madhav, Dipesh, Riya, Anshul.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Madhav. So Madhav, topic for you is how you deal with your mother when she tells you what Sachin will give, whether he will give you money or what. Entire day you will watch cricket. I just need your insight on that.
Okay, thank you for the topic. Actually, I'm not a cricket buff, but if I'm watching something which I really love, and I'm binge watching it, then then definitely my mother would scold. She would say, "Why are you gravitating towards them, towards that whatever you are like? What is the reason behind it?" And of course, I would express my desire. Why am I seeing this? It hasn't happened with cricket as of now. But yeah, like I am developing some taste for cricket as well. So probably in the future I'll be able to answer this question. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Madhav. Yes, in our era, our mothers, like many my friends who watch crickets, they used to get scoldings like this. Why are you like watching cricket? Why are you watching cricket? That's why. Okay, love to hear your thoughts. I would like to ask presiding officer whether we can go more or
just take the last one. I think Ria has risen her hand.
Ria has raised the hand. Okay, Ria, are you here?
Yes.
Yes. So topic for you is, Ria, share your most memorable moment about Cricket World Cup. Rather, it will be your family moment or any other. I'm repeating question. Share your most memorable moment from the Cricket World Cup. Over to you.
Okay, so I'm not even sure that it was a World Cup or not, but it was some match, some random cricket match, and I was staying in a PG. It was my college time, and it was a co-ed hostel, and we had this session where everybody was in the common area. Everybody's in the common area. We were watching cricket match. I was really not understanding what was happening. But then India won apparently. And all the guys, they went out in the streets. They were making noises. There were firecrackers everywhere. And I just did not understand the buzz. Why were they doing all that? I thought it's such a noise pollution. And I was wondering, cricket has become such a festival for Indians. And I do not follow cricket per se, but then I was following why, it has become a war between the OTT platforms, how Disney and Hotstar and Geo Cinema are fighting who gets the most viewership and everything. And it's really fascinating to me. For example, in cricket is in brands marketing strategies as well, right? So I think that one particular moment I can really relate to why cricket is so important for Indian audiences.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ria. I love to hear your memorable moments about cricket which you have shared. Yes, indeed, cricket has been grown up in India like anything. We have world most cricket audience ground in Ahmedabad. Not to forget, it's like 110,000 people which can sit and watch cricket. Yes, and since today is a great evening and match is going on, I'm just watching match and giving this stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Utkarsh Sharma. Utkarsh Sharma, over to you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohan, for such a wonderful and rocking table topic session. India is at 178 for 2. That's the score. India is cruising, guys. We're going to win it very quickly. Let's move on with the theme. I want to talk about the phenomenon of big match players in the Men's Cricket World Cup. These are individuals who, when the stakes are high and the world is watching, rise to the occasion and deliver extraordinary performances that lead their team to ultimate victory. Their ability to handle pressure, adapt to the situation, and excel on the grandest stage has so much to teach us about life itself. So let me start with a real world example that beautifully and encapsulates this notion. I'm going to talk about this match again. I've already talked about it before. Picture the 2019 Cricket World Cup final, a match that had the cricketing world on the edge of their seats. England and New Zealand, after a grueling encounter, found themselves tied at the end of the game. Can you imagine a World Cup final and that too tied? The match went into a super over, a rare occurrence in a Cricket World Cup final, in fact, the only one. Enter Ben Stokes, the big match player in this story. England needed 15 runs in that super over to secure their first ever World Cup win. His performance in the super over was nothing short of miraculous. His powerful strokes and unwavering composure under such immense pressure not only helped England win the World Cup, but also it left a mark in the history of cricket. Other examples that come to my mind is Yuvraj Singh, how he played in 2011 World Cup, even though he was diagnosed with cancer, if I'm not wrong. The other one could be Imran Khan, how he took his team to victory in 1992 World Cup. What do we learn from all this? That when life presents us with big moments, when we face our personal super overs, we should aspire to channel our inner Ben Stokes, Yuvraj Singh, Imran Khan. In the face of adversity, we can embrace the pressure, step up to the plate and hit those metaphorical sixes. In other words, we can become big match players and the hero of our own lives. Any other players that you want to highlight? I'll take only 2 responses because of paucity of time. Anyone? And someone who has not spoken as yet, please feel free to unmute and speak. All right, Rohan, since no one's raising a hand. Go ahead, Rohan.
Yes, since you have told Ben Stokes, he have changed England cricket for next level. Not only that World Cup, he have won T20 World Cup and then Ashes matches as well. I would like to add one more name, Mr. Cool MS Dhoni in this list. Yeah, he have changed image of Indian cricket right after 2007. Like I don't believe that he have given that much game addition in the, with his personal efforts, but he captaincy which he have given, he have done, it's like awesome. And we have just won 3 World Cups or 3 champions ICC events under his guidance. So I would like to add MS Dhoni, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Come at the hour, come at the man, and I think no one else epitomizes this more than MS Dhoni. I completely agree with you. We had a raise of hand by Toastmaster Amit as well. Last one, quickly, Amit, please unmute and go ahead.
I was also my favorite cricketer is MS Dhoni. The thing I want to say, the learnings from him I implemented in my life. One thing is like he always talk about calculated risk. So whenever I took something new, just like public speaking here and in my investment and in my life, any decision, so I try to take calculated risk. So one of the learning I implemented in my life through him, watching him, his podcast or video. Second thing is like he always say, just like in Gita says, always focus on process, result will outcome. So that 2 things from him I implement in my life, and that's really helping me. Thank you.
MS Dhoni is an institution, not just a player. Well said, Amit. Very well done. We are losing track on time. All right, time for me to now invite the general evaluator, Toastmaster Vipul, on the virtual stage to learn any areas of improvement and become the big players in our life by improving day in and day out. Can we have Toastmaster Vipul on the virtual stage? Quick audio video check as well.
Am I audible and visible?
Please go ahead. You are.
Thank you, Utkarsh. Firstly, it was a wonderful session. Firstly, I would like my tag team, to give their reports, starting with Amit to give the countess report.
Hello, am I audible?
You are audible and visible.
Thank you, RG Vipul, for welcoming me. And my report is here. Is it visible? Hello.
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So we do not have speeches and evaluation. So I will move forward to table topics. So we had really our session gravitate towards very clear and clear communication. So we most of time we our 3 just like our first table topic master is Satwat Khan. He used 4 times one times well or but, and 2 times so and because, 1 times like, and 3 times double crutches. So his speech was smooth. Second one is our TTM Rohan Doge. He was representing TTM today. So he used more than 5 times or more than 5 times so and because and like 1 time, double crutch 1 time, and small pauses 3 times. Similarly, Priyanka uses 5 times or more than 5 times so and but, and 1 times like and I know, and 2 times double crutches. And Rahul, when he was giving his table topic, so he used 5 times more than 5 times or more than 5 times so and because, and 2 times double crutches. Same for Madhav spoke really well. He used 4 times or 2 times because, 1 times like, and 2 times double crutches. So Ria used lesser than all of them. She used 3 times or 4 times well and butt, and 3 times double crutches, and 1 time pause, 1 time small pause, short pause. So it was it is my counter report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Amit, for the detailed report. Now, can you
Okay.
remove your screen? Now, heading over to the next, Pallavi. Pallavi, can you present your report?
Sure, I'll present my report. I'll share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
So, first of all, thank you so much for giving a chance to be a timer today. It was a pleasure listening to you all, especially to distinguish Anant Katyayni for his educational session. His speech time requirement was 25 to 30 minutes, and he completed this session within 30 minutes, so which is within time. Coming to table topic speaker, we had 5 speakers today. The first speaker was Safat Khan, who took 4 minutes, 1 minute 46 seconds. So he is within the time. Priyanka took 2 minutes 5 seconds, and Rahul took 1 minute 53 seconds. Madhav Khandelwal, he spoke for 43 seconds, and Riya Gupta, she spoke for 1 minute 18 seconds. So we have 2 disqualification today because for the table topic session, the minimum time limit is 1 minute 30 seconds. So please be mindful for your time. Thank you so much, and over to you, Vipul.
Pallavi, can you remove your screen? And just one clarification. I think for table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. And you can go up to 2 minutes.
1 minute 30 seconds is the minimum time.
As per my knowledge, it's 1 to 2 minutes, and you can go up to 2 minutes 30 seconds. The minimum you can require is only 1 minute.
Okay, fine. So I'll just rectify my reports.
So I guess not Madhav, sorry, but Riya is qualified.
It's okay, guys. We are benevolent. Everyone's allowed to fight for the vote. That's okay.
Okay, thanks Pallavi for the report. Now handing over to the Gunjan for the grammarian reports.
In the meantime, I request everyone to cast their votes for best table topic speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Utkarsh, and thank you, Vipul. So word of the day was used by Vipul, Amit, and Utkarsh in the meeting. For the not so good usages, I couldn't notice much, but I noticed that Anant was, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that, but Hindi words usages, like Hindi usage was made a lot of times during the meeting, which could have been skipped. One more thing that I would like to bring to all of yours notice is that okay, there were times when have was used along with he, like he have changed that image or he have done that. So it should be he has done that. Then he always talk about that. So it should be he always talks about that. For the good usages, I noticed a few. Anant used the word flunked. So I flunked my exam. So to flunk means to fail. Then Anant used protagonist and antagonist. Protagonist means the leading character, and antagonist is the opposite of protagonist. Then Toastmaster Utkarsh used the word mind boggling, which means overwhelming. So that is it in my report today. Over to you, Toastmaster Vipul. Thank you.
Thanks, Gunjan, for the report. Utkarsh, are we done with the polls or we have few polls?
We're done with the table topics. Rest of them will be taken care of later. You can go ahead.
After evaluation?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So it was a wonderful meeting, fun meeting to be around. The theme was great. starting with the starting of the meeting at 7 p.m. We are bang on time, live on YouTube. The starting was great. The PO welcomed everyone. We have a lot of guests in today's meeting. That's a wonderful thing for us. Now proceeding towards the session, the education session by Anant Katyayni. The speaker was not only telling us the how to do storytelling, he was also showcasing us what is storytelling. He is an impeccable speaker. As we all know, he's a distinguished Toastmasters. He already have a command over body gestures, language, use of words, good words and all that. But one thing which distinguished for me in today's education session was he was also presenting it on the screen, along with just telling via examples. He was presenting on screen. So each one of us could understand greatly what he was trying to tell. Secondly, unlike few of the sessions I attended, it was not filled with a lot of information, but there were a lot of examples embedded by the speaker. So that was a great thing to grab the attention of each one of us in the session. The examples were not something what some of us could not relate. Each example was picked handpickly, so each one of us could relate. Maybe the thirsty cow, or the rabbit and the tortoise story, or maybe the references from the Bollywood. They were point on time. So I would love each one to learn from Anant how to educate people on the topics, not only inform, just educate people. So that was from the education session by Anant. Going to the Timoths, the theme, the cricket fever, great. Everyone was loving the theme, and Utkarsh made it a point to not make it boring and involve everyone into the meeting. It was fun, involves a lot of curious topics. It was engaging, and the great thing was each one of the speakers, not only the members of Toastmasters Club, but also the guests, could relate to the theme and was coming up and speaking on the topic, which was great to see. Not unlike other meetings, it was a fun meeting. Overall, say now coming to the TTM. The TTM made a good thing to keep the topics relevant to the theme of today's theme, that is cricket fever. And the theme was such that each one of us could relate to that. And if some of us who are not a fan of cricket could relate to the theme, and he was understanding enough to give the topics where the speaker could speak. And it was not like the speaker would go blank in the themes. So kudos to Rohan for that. One minor thing for Rohan is maybe he could have asked each one of the speakers before coming a basic audio and video check, which was also a basic miss on my part. And we would like to correct that in the next meeting. And now coming to the role players, my tag team. Great work done, starting with Amit. Amit, greatly you gave a detailed report, which was great to see. Just one challenge for you in the next meeting. Also try to explain the speakers how could they correct that. Maybe taking just how can we correct that, or how can we reduce the number of R we use in a speech from your insights or whatever research you can do. So there's a challenge for you in the next meeting. Pallavi, great job done. One remarkable thing was you were also reflecting on with the red, highlighting the things with red, which was great to see, apart from presenting on the screen. Now, the word of the day, gravitate, was used by many of speakers, which was great to see. Gunjan, just you can say recommendation, if you can use the screen on an Excel sheet or something, it would be great to see the good and bad usages of words. The meeting was fun and we are bang on time. I am leaving the session 10 minutes before, handing over to the VP Education for today, Utkarsh, to take it from here. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vipul, our general evaluator, for such a comprehensive feedback. And thank you to our tag team as well. In the end, I want to highlight the commonality between life and cricket, which is the unpredictability. The unpredictability of cricket is what makes it such a thrilling sport. It is a reminder that just like in life, you can never truly predict the outcome. It's this very unpredictability that keeps us at the edge of our seats, heart racing and fingers crossed. We savor every moment, every run, and every wicket, knowing that each one can change the course of the game. In these moments, cricket fans unite, transcending boundaries and rallying behind their favorite teams. And the World Cup becomes a common language, spoken and understood by millions. It's a time when we celebrate not just the sport itself, but also the values it represents: teamwork, perseverance, and the unbreakable spirit to strive for victory. As Toastmasters, we understand the power of effective communication, and cricket, in its own way, communicates stories of triumph, teamwork, and yes, even defeat. The World Cup is a reminder that sometimes the underdog can emerge victorious, and the strongest teams can face unexpected challenges. So, as we follow the World Cup, let's remember the essence of the game. It's more than just winning or losing. It's about the journey, the passion, and the shared moments that we as fans experience together. It's about the stories that we create, the camaraderie we share, and the pride we feel when our team performs well. We can't wait to witness Team India lifting that World Cup trophy on the 19th of November. Till then, let's continue to cheer for our team, India. India, India. Over to you, presiding officer, which is, I guess, myself. So, transitioning to the role of presiding officer, this meeting was super fun. I guess Anant has to leave because of some reasons. We had a wonderful meeting today. Our general evaluator was great. He gave a detailed feedback, and we had lots of fun. That education session was everything, the art of storytelling. We learned so much from it. It's time for me to launch some polls for everyone, starting with best role player. Yeah, please cast your vote, guys. In the meantime, I'll take some feedback from our guests. Can we have Ria first? Ria, could you please unmute yourself and give any kind of feedback or any areas of improvements that you feel like we would like to hear from you? Ria, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh. I think it was an evening well spent. I was really looking forward to it. And I thought cricket as a theme would be very boring for me. I would be not interested in it, but it really made me interested. Actually, I'm not gonna consider watching some cricket later sometime. And the education session was really interesting. It was I actually took some notes. So I was writing, I do write a lot, and it was fun to learn the perspective in a different manner and everything. It was fun. Thank you so much.
Mission accomplished. Oh, thank you, Ria. Mission accomplished. That was my main goal, to at least motivate one person to start watching cricket. Thank you. This means so much to me. Thank you, Ria. And as a club VP Education, I request you to please come for more meetings, and we would be glad to welcome you next time again. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Next up, can we have Anshul to kindly unmute himself and probably give any kind of feedback or any areas of improvement that he would like to mention? Anshul.
Thanks for asking, Utkarsh. Actually, this was my first Toastmaster meeting, and I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. And overall, this was a very good meeting, and I learned so many things here, and the things about public speaking and how to conversate and how to initiate conversations in such meetings. And that's it. Thank you.
Wow. I'm so glad that you enjoyed your debut Toastmasters meeting. Thank you so much, Anshul. I'll take two more feedbacks before announcing the results. I strive to finish this meeting at sharp 9. Can we have a quick feedback from Saffat as well, our cricket enthusiast?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. And this is for the second time I'm here, so it explains, how you guys are very particular and serious, and in a same in a another manner make the audience, the guests, make more comfortable. So that is the one point I like about it. See, I believed that initially this is my basically the second Toastmasters meeting ever. I always had this impression that getting on offline meeting, getting onto the stage and delivering your speech would be a totally different experience. But having said that, attending the online meeting makes no difference for me. This is my second meeting as a guest, and totally looking forward to for the upcoming meetings as well. You guys are like thorough professionals. Keep continuing doing the good work. All the best, guys.
Thank you for such kind words of appreciation, Sapar. Online meetings can truly be intriguing, and you can learn so much from online meetings as well. Thank you, Sapar. Glad you liked the meeting. And one final feedback from Deepesh. Deepesh, are you there? Yes, please go ahead.
The key takeaways from the meeting for me for today's meeting was the education session, of course. There are a lot of things were touched upon. Different elements of storytelling were discussed. And of course, theme of the day was very apt and very relatable. Everybody can speak on it. And this was something small, but I noticed it. But the grammar of the day regularly posted the word of the day in the chat box. So a lot of people, what happens in online meeting, a lot of people drop off and then rejoin. For them, it was convenient to actually see the word of the day. That's why a lot of people were able to use it. So if a lot of Toastmasters here who are from other clubs, I recommend you to use this technique, because a lot of people, then they remember the word of the day by active recall. So that's something to be taken a note of, and that was a key takeaway from me as well. That's what from me, my side.
Glad you appreciated our grammarian for doing her job so splendidly. Thank you so much, Deepesh, and very well done, our grammarian Gunjan. You did a fabulous job, and you made sure that people use the word of the day as much as possible. All right, time to announce the much-awaited results. I'll start with the best auxiliary role player for today. Oh, it was quite a close fight, but it's a tie between our counter Amit and grammarian Gunjan. Can we have a huge round of applause for both of them? I think this is the first victory for Toastmaster Amit. So huge congratulations for you, Amit. Next up, we have the best table topic speaker. The best table topic speaker is a tie between two people, two very eloquent people who spoke so wonderfully well. It is between Safwat and Ria. Congratulations to you both. And last but not the least, the best role player. The fight was between the Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, and TTM. And the winner for the best role player is yours truly. Come on. Thank you so much, guys. All right. That concludes the formal part of our meeting. I will close the